Hi, I'm Ash. I'm a social scientist and I make videos about sociological content, and sometimes I make vlogs. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Bunny Man urban legend and the Bunny Man Bridge. So let's get into the video. Now, I thought this was fitting considering Easter is coming up and it's about a man dressed in a bunny suit. It is pretty scary to think about, but let's explore it from a sociological point of view, shall we say. So first, we're going to have to start with Wikipedia because that's basically where most of the information is about this. So according to Wikipedia, the Bunny Man is an urban legend that originated from two separate incidents in the 1970s. These two incidents happened in Fairfax County, Virginia. And this urban legend has since spread around Washington, D.C. and Maryland areas. As it has spread, the story has slightly changed, as happens. However, most variations of the Bunny Man urban legend involve a man dressed in a white bunny suit who attacks people with an axe, and a lot of the stories involve a specific overpass bridge known as Colchester Overpass in Clifton, Virginia, and now known as the Bunny Man Bridge. And for the purpose of this video, we're going to focus on two incidents taken from Wikipedia, and these incidents have been investigated by a historian, and we don't know if these two incidents are actually true or not. But we're just going to take these people's words for it. So the first incident was on 19th of October 1970. So US Air Force Academy cadet Robert Bennett and his fiancée were visiting relatives in Burke at the time. They returned home from a football game around midnight, and they parked their car across the street from their uncle's house. I don't know which side of the family the uncle was from. It's not really important. They parked their car across the road from the house on a road called Guinea Road. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I want to say it like Guinea Pig Road. It's not called Guinea Pig Road. I'm just being silly. And before they got out of the car and the car was still running, this is important, the couple noticed something outside, and suddenly their front passenger window was smashed, which is absolutely terrifying. The couple saw a man wearing a white suit standing near the broken window. He yelled at them about trespassing on his property, and the two of them drove off. As they got further down the road, they discovered an axe on their car floor. The couple went to authorities, and when they gave a description, there was differences in their story. So Robert said that the man was wearing a bunny suit with long white ears, and his partner, I don't know her name, said that he was wearing a white pointed hat similar to some other white pointed hats. So interesting discrepancy there. The second incident happened on the 29th of October 1970. A construction security guard called Paul Phillips approached a man standing on the porch of an unfinished home, like a home that's being built, I assume, on the same road in Kings Park West. The man looked to be about 20 years old, and he was holding an axe chopping something on the porch. He was also wearing a white and grey bunny suit, and he allegedly said to Paul the following: "You're trespassing. If you come any closer, I'll chop your head off while chopping something on the porch with an axe," which is very scary. Both incidents were investigated, however, they were both closed due to lack of evidence. And following these incidents, more than 50 people have contacted authorities claiming that they have seen this specific bunny man. Just absolutely terrifying. Like, if I saw a person in a bunny suit with an axe, I would just get out of there as soon as possible. There's also a theory that a bus of asylum prisoners were being transported to a new facility around 1904, and one person managed to escape this bus. And when authorities went looking for him, they found all these remains of rabbits. During Halloween, a bunch of teenagers were hanging around the bridge, the Bunny Man Bridge, that's where this comes in, and these teenagers have allegedly never been seen since. Legend has it that the Bunny Man will appear at the bridge at midnight every single Halloween. However, this theory has been debunked as no disappearance or murder of said teenagers ever happened. And there has been no reporting of said bunny man prior to 1970. So this is unlikely. I don't know whether the escaped prisoners was true, but the murdering of a group of teenagers is just an urban legend. And I have to say that the bridge wasn't built until 1906. And since 2003, the bridge has become a popular destination for paranormal enthusiasts. And I'm assuming this because the internet makes information spread further and keeps urban legends alive. Authorities do have to patrol the area more around Halloween, as it's just become so popular due to this legend. That brings me to questions I have about this bunny man case, urban legend, whatever you want to call it, from a sociological lens. Was the bunny man real? I don't know how to answer that right now. Was the bunny man legend a thought form? Did the collective magically create the bunny man, kind of like a tulpa? Which is absolutely terrifying to think about. So what's a tulpa? So in Tibetan Buddhism and later traditions of mysticism and the paranormal, a tulpa is a materialized being or thought form, typically in human form, that is created through spiritual practice and intense concentration. And that was taken from Wikipedia. Did someone just decide to make up a creepypasta, urban legend, and spread it around, kind of like those scary porcelain dolls you heard in stories you heard in primary school? Those scared me so much. I'm going on a tangent here. Story time alert. I had 5 porcelain dolls on a shelf in my bedroom as a kid, and when I heard these porcelain doll stories, like horror stories, I was so scared that my dolls were going to come alive and eat me or something that I made Mum take them away. And I don't know whether she still has them to this day or not, but they freaked me out so much, and I can never look at porcelain dolls the same. Anyway, did the couple really see someone? Were they hallucinating? Why did they find the axe? And why did one person think it was a bunny suit and one person see something else? And my last question, was there really just a random man who wanted to scare people in this area, which I think is possible? However, from a social scientist perspective, I am going to have to go with Occam's razor, meaning the most simplest explanation is most likely the correct one, and the bunny man never existed. It was a made-up urban legend that escalated and has spread around the world. However, I'm not able to say whether those 2 reported incidents were true or not. I think for the purpose of the urban legend, we just have to take them at face value and assume they're not lying. But people do make up stuff. However, if they're not, I do apologize for accusing you of lying, and I'm so sorry that happened to you. And it is possible that there was a man dressed up as a bunny and was just scaring people because it was close to Halloween. People do stuff like that. Although, to me, a man in a bunny suit with an axe is giving major Donnie Darko vibes, and that freaks me out. Have you ever been to the Bunny Man Bridge? Would you want to go here to investigate? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. Happy Easter if you're celebrating. Eat some chocolate even if you're not. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below whether you would go investigate the Bunny Man Bridge. And subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of content. Anyway, I'm Ash, and I'll see you next time. Bye!